Good day, viewers, and welcome to today's Sports Wrap Show. I'm your host, Ashwin Berry, here to unpack the very latest sports news. With that, let's get into today's hit list. The Brave Warriors of Namibia are adding final touches to their training ahead of their participation in the 2023 Cosafa 𝙲𝚞𝚙, which will be held in South Africa for the 6th consecutive year from 5 to 16 July in Durban. Namibia are drawn in Group A alongside hosts South Africa, Botswana and Eswatini, and are set to have their opening match against South Africa on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Here is Colin Benjamin, the head coach, speaking at today's training.
Obviously a different team from the one that went to Tanzania. If you can tell us the players that are in and those that you decided to leave out for this tournament and the thinking behind that.
Yeah, it's basically very simple in a sense that this Cosafa 𝙲𝚞𝚙 is not part of the FIFA calendar, so it's not the club's obligation to release these players. So in that respect, our foreign-based players are not available, or most of them. And also at the same time, I think it's a chance for young players. I'm personally really looking forward to seeing Cosafa 𝙲𝚞𝚙. I think he did a wonderful job coming on in Tanzania on left back. We've got these young boys like a junior 𝙤𝚙 that's around, that's burning and looking for his chance, waiting for his chance. And Elmo Cambindo hasn't played for a long time from the beginning onwards. He's gonna have the platform to showcase that, hey, listen, I'm just as good as our top striker and I can do the job. And so we can go into the whole group, and I think it's really a good platform, and the players are really fit. It's for them to take it.
And in terms of the tactics or tactically, what type of football should we expect from Namibia?
The type of football, Namibian football. Yeah, obviously I think our principle still remains that we aggressive against the ball. We want to play active football. We have to minimize our mistakes. And obviously Namibia is known to have players that's full of speed, so we have to utilize them. And those are part of our strengths that we're looking at utilizing at this Cosafa 𝙲𝚞𝚙.
Did you finalize the team?
Yeah, I did, but every time I go sleep and I wake up, I have a different team. So I think till Wednesday when I wake up, that team that I have in the head that morning is probably the one that's going to play.
I mean the 23 players?
Yeah, that's also kind of finalized, just one or two things, and then we should be fine. Okay, let's go.
All right, we're joined by Colin Benjamin, the head coach of the Brave Warriors. Colin, you guys are coming from Tanzania, where you guys faced Burundi in the AFCON. That was, of course, the last match. A lot of people on social media have been criticizing, the technical team for the team's performance. Perhaps any words that you'd like to say in regards to that performance?
Yeah, I think that game obviously taught us a lot of lessons. We also lost that match in the first 20 minutes. I think probably the mindset at that moment was not the way we wanted it to be. I think we had to come to the party mentally, but those are behind us. So what we have now is the Cosafa 𝙲𝚞𝚙. We're trying to learn out of those mistakes. We've analyzed them, and we're looking forward to having a good Cosafa 𝙲𝚞𝚙 where we're starting on Wednesday against South Africa.
Yeah, of course. Now coming to the Cosafa tournament now, perhaps just take us through the preparations. How are the guys gelling in the team? And yeah, just moving forward, what can we expect?
Yeah, we've been working a lot on our intensity, on us not losing the ball, keeping the ball, circulating the ball, getting the free man open. So that involves a lot of movement, a lot of responsibility from the side of the players that's in possession. We looked at our set pieces, the organization and set pieces, the responsibility from the whole defense in trying to contain those moments, because I think we analyze that a lot of responsibility is taken over to the next. No, we have to take responsibility as a team together. We win together, we lose together. So we've been working on that this whole week. We're still have 2-3 days or 3 sessions before we leave for South Africa, and I think we are definitely at nearly 90%. We're looking forward to this match against South Africa.
Okay, so of course the Brave Warriors won the Cosafa Cup in 2015. Maybe something that you're looking at, your aspirations, winning Cosafa once again this time around?
I think it's aspiration for everybody to win. But to win, we have to minimize the mistakes, and you have to capitalize on the weaknesses of the opponent. So that means we have to do our homework as good as possible, and when that homework is done, I think we have a good team. The spirits are high. The guys also, to a certain extent, also created expectations by being in the final last year. But that's all behind us. We're looking at this new challenge, and we want to go as far as possible in this competition.
Thank you so much, Colin.
Swinging over to cricket, the 𝚲𝚙 Eagles will be playing 6 games starting July 5 against the Uganda Cranes. This is the Uganda national cricket team at United in Windhoek. Make sure you support the Eagles in this exciting series, which will be played in T20 and 50-over format, and it will be a castle-light series. The 2023 African States Bowling Tournament is taking place in Windhoek at Namib Bowling and Eros Bowling Clubs, where Namibia's men and women respectively will tackle Botswana, Kenya, South Africa, Zambia and Zimbabwe until Friday. Today is day 3 of this prestigious event, and NTV has been covering from 2 p.m. until 5 p.m. and tomorrow we'll cover the event as well, so make sure you tune into Sports Wrap on our Facebook page for more information. Here is Michelle, the pro of the Namibia Bowling Association.
Hi guys, my name is Michelle. I'm the Public Relations Officer for the Namibian Bowling Association, and we are here at Eros Bowling Club where the African States Tournament is being held. It is such a fantastic opportunity for us. The last time Namibia hosted was 10 years ago in 2013. The last AST was held in 2019 in Kenya, and due to COVID it was postponed, and now Namibia is hosting. We are ecstatic. Our ladies have just taken a gold medal in the falls discipline, and I just cannot explain to you how excited we are about that. Currently, the trips and the pairs are being played at Eros Bowling Club here close to Safari Court, and the men are playing at Namib in town. They are busy with the falls and the singles disciplines. Tomorrow is going to be very, very important for our men. They will be playing against South Africa, and you know there's this whole rivalry with South Africa and Namibia, so that game starts at 2 o'clock, so it's going to be crucial for both countries. And what can I say, we are just so proud to be here. We want to thank Namibia Media Holdings. They will be live streaming this event from today 2 o'clock and again tomorrow at 2 o'clock as well.
Certainly exciting. We'll be back with Zoom In after the break. You are still with Sports Wrap. In this week's Zoom In segment, we dive into an interview with Jephthah Goab, who speaks about the latest developments on Touch and Go, as well as an event that they have this coming weekend. Have a look.
When you hear the name Touch and Go, you just hear about Otavi. You know that we are speaking about a club from Otavi, a club that has been developing for a number of years, a club that has represented their town with pride as well. And I'm here joined by, that is, Jephthah Gawab, one of the persons or men that has been involved in a lot of developments in terms of that town, especially and as well as the club. Jephthah, welcome.
Thank you, Jesse, and thanks for having me on your show.
All right. We have to get going. I know that there is a lot of developments happening with the club, and recently we saw a note in terms of reviewing of the constitution and all that. So can you just inform the public what is happening, what is going to happen, and why are you guys doing this?
Well, Jesse, thanks once again for the platform and the opportunity. Yes, we are in the process of trying to reinvent our team. You see, as the times goes, you need to reinvent yourselves and see what you can do and what you can put on the table to move on and to take the club to the greater heights. Yes, we are having a constitution review for the club. You know, we don't want things to be chaos to be orderly created. So therefore, we must have a constitution in which confines the team can operate, you know. So we are going to have a constitutional review, and we are calling for the inputs of the supporters and the sympathizers of the club to give the inputs and comments so we can see how we can move on to take this team to the greater heights. And thereafter, I think next month, we should have the AGM, the elective annual general meeting is planned. That is now slated for July, 22nd of July. So these are great things that we are planning to do so we can be operational within the confines of the Constitution. Because maybe if I can also add to it is, you know, the FIFA club licensing issue that has come about actually has brought us some good things because there are certain requirements that the clubs needs to conform to, and one such requirement is for the clubs to have a constitution. So basically, maybe also to add on to that one is maybe if I can just list the criteria of the requirements in terms of what is
required.
Precisely. So firstly, we have the sporting criteria, which actually requires the clubs to conform to have the youth development programs, or youth teams, say for instance like the under 10s, under 15s, under 17 and under 20, and then also secondly the infrastructure one, where the clubs are also required to have stadiums. Unfortunately, in Namibia, we don't have stadiums. So but still the clubs can go into agreement with the schools at this point in time because the schools are really equipped. So we can maybe say, okay, let's have an agreement where I can look after your field, you know, just to, and also clubhouses for that matter, where you can gather the masses, the supporting masses of the clubs to have good time, and so also to, you know, increase the revenue and so on. That is also one, and the other one is also in terms of the personnel and administration. You know, we really want to take this club to greater heights, and therefore you are required to have qualified personnel in terms of, for instance, if I can say the medical doctor, you're supposed to have a medical doctor, a renowned, for instance, team manager. Also in terms of the coaching, clubs are also required to have licensed coaches. You must have a certain license, A or C license to coach in a certain division. So those are the things that are required, and also in terms of also the finance part. You know, teams are supposed to have at the end of the day, audited financial reports. You know, the taxes maybe from the sales that are making and so on. Legal criteria also. Are the teams registered? Who are the owners and so on? So all these things actually brought us to this point, so we can look at reinvent and check what is it that we.
Yes. You guys, obviously, it's very disappointing that you will not be represented in next season's Premier League. I'm sure it is a dream that you guys had and want, obviously, to achieve. How is it a setback, or how is it something that can motivate you guys as a management structure that comes up or that is coming up to run this club in order? I'm sure the ultimate goal is to reach the Premier League.
Precisely, Jesse, you are very right in terms of what you just alluded to. Number one, you know, if I can get back to in terms of where we started from, you know, we have got a very young crop of players that we have assembled, very talented as well. These team only played in that transitional league, which actually, you know, all the
All
fights
the
we had and
fights,
so on.
yeah.
But now, apart from that, thanks to Dante Precious Metals Community Trust, who assisted us.
Always good looking back at some of the best interviews. We're going to head to Spotify after the break. A group of 15 Namibian young riders went down to Paris in South Africa on Saturday to take part in the SAXCO MTB Cup and managed to put Namibia on the map once again with great results in all age categories. Under 18 girls, Ada Carl 6th, Master Men Hans du Toit 1st, under 18 boys Daniel Khan 2nd, and Justus Bilka coming in 9th. Our Le Rugby Joe segment is up next.
It takes heart and all the soul. A head stuck in the game. It takes every bone in your body, all the blood in your veins. And then more blood, and more sweat, more tears, all your hopes and your dreams. It takes conquering fears. It's late nights and weekends. 6 to 6s, 9 to 5s. It takes sacrifice and suffering every moment of our lives. It takes kick after kick, being kicked when you're down. It takes fighting for hours for inches of ground. It takes every last line out, every last second spent. It takes absolute devotion. It takes 100%.
John Smith, who led South Africa to win the 2007 Rugby World Cup, speaks on Windhoek Draft Valvich's chances at the World Cup in today's Le Rugby Joel.
Well, I am joined by one of the biggest legends, one of the biggest legends to ever do it, winning the World Cup in 2007, leading the Springbok team in the World Cup. John, quickly just tell me, how are you doing today? You're in Namibia. How are you loving the weather here?
The weather's great, isn't it beautiful to be in Africa? I mean, this is a winter's day. We're in our t-shirts, the sun's shining, we're all blessed. But it's great to be here. I've come a few times to play games, but never seen Namibia. And now we're actually at Wanderers here, doing a massive coaching league with 300-400 kids, which is just insane.
I mean, we saw earlier we had a lot of kids turn up today. I don't know how you guys managed to reach out to all of them. But quickly tell me, run us through it. Training clinic, how was it for you personally running through it today?
No, incredible, and you're right. It's controlled chaos, but you'd rather have too many kids than too few. And the enthusiasm and the energy, and the energy from these kids was incredible today. So yeah, we sort of had 12 stations, roamed around. We had some amazing help from some high school coaches as well, which helped control sort of the youngsters. Yeah. But phenomenal.
Okay, atmosphere was definitely fantastic. How important is it, do you think, we need to have more of this training clinics where you guys show up, or we have legends in the game that just come share their knowledge, share what they know, and share what they have to teach about the sport of rugby?
Rugby's given us so much as professionals, and we were made while we were playing by the people and the support and the fans and the kids that sort of looked up to us. And it's important for us and players that have been able to have that privilege to give back and to help grow that passion for the game. And that's why I think rugby just continues to grow.
You know, definitely, I'm personally shaking in my boots here because I grew up watching you. I grew up loving the rugby game because of you. I used to play prop, but I also wanted to be a hooker at some point because of you. But can you tell me what are your thoughts on the development of rugby in Africa as a whole?
Well, I think we've seen it at the World Cups. You know, we've got South Africa who's been able to win it 3 times, and we obviously got Namibia who's gets themselves qualified for the World Cup more often than not. So we got the likes of Zimbabwe, who's a rugby playing nation as well. So I guess it's one where the love for the game is amazing, and it always competes with football, you know, across the world, let alone the continent. So for us to be able to have as many teams as we do competing to qualify for a World Cup is phenomenal.
Okay, you know, I spoke to Skalk earlier and I asked him this question: how excited are you personally for this year's World Cup?
Yeah, I can't wait. So we've got a real team that can go a double. I can do it back to back, and you know, it's wonderful to be able to. You know, I'll do a bit of commentary, and it's so much easier to commentate on a team that's as powerful as the Springboks when they're doing so well. So yeah, I've got a huge amount of excitement about the World Cup.
Okay, you know, 2007, you led the South African team to the World Cup. Tell me, compared to then and now, how has the rugby game evolved or changed?
Look, I think it's certainly gotten faster. I mean, every year the guys get bigger and faster, and the game sort of moves in certain directions, and in terms of the way that the game is played. Yeah. I do think that the biggest change is it has gotten safer. We've seen the scrum change dramatically, so it's a safer game to play. We've seen obviously all the law changes around the tackle area and the penalising of dangerous play. So, but it's still at the end of the day a very physical game, and it's wonderful that we look after the guys from a head injury point of view, but fundamentally it's an impossible game to make 100% safe. That's why coaching and teaching kids from a young age is so important, is to keep them safe and help them enjoy the game. That's a physical one. Okay,
no, I mean, hopefully we get to see you guys come through here more often, but just if you have a message for the young rugby player out there who couldn't make it out today and who are excited, who are ready to play rugby, what is your message for the kid that's out there?
Rugby has taught me so much, and I'm almost jealous of the kids that are starting out in their careers, because they've got all the friendships to make, all the memories to make, the camaraderie, the hard work, the training, and the highs and lows, and it teaches you about life. So the kids, enjoy the game and enjoy the lessons that it teaches you in life.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, that was Le Rugby Joe. Up next is Ari Hokart bringing us the globe-trotting sports news. But from me, Ashwin Berry, cheers.
Good day everyone, time for international sports.
Warm up your winter with the hottest deals at WB. Get 500-gram Rama margarine for $23.99, 1 kilogram jungle oats for $36.99, 2-liter Namilk or Maere for $42.99, 900-gram Harvest Time mixed veggies for $27.99, plus Huggies value packs for just $169.99. Beat the chill and save more at Woermannsbroek. We care. Warm up your winter with the hottest deals at WB. Get 500-gram Rama margarine for $23.99, 1 kilogram jungle oats for $36.99, 2-liter Namilk or Maere for $42.99, 900-gram Harvest Time mixed veggies for $27.99, plus Huggies value packs for just $169.99. Beat the chill and save more at Woermannsbroek. We care.
All right, apologies. We had a little bit of an issue crossing over to Ari Hochad here, but there is a little bit of exciting news in the English Premier League, at least with regards to the transfer window. Arsenal has finally managed to sign Declan Rice for officially $100 million plus 100 million pounds rather, plus 5 million in add-ons, and we'll be keeping an eye on all of that as the news progresses. But for now, goodbye. See you tomorrow.